I was in my kitchen, my phone vibrating on the counter, when it hit me that silence can cut deeper than yelling. The message was brief, offhand, brutally efficient. We transferred the house to your sister. She needs stability. Can you keep covering the mortgage like you have been? I stopped breathing. I didn't blink. I simply replied, ask the owner. Then I placed the phone face down and waited for reality to catch up. It always does. I loved that house the way you love something you've earned slowly, piece by piece. For 8 years, every bill was mine. I fixed the roof, redid the wiring, filled the gaps when my parents' retirement checks came up short. My sister drifted in and out, endlessly finding herself. Forever worthy of forgiveness. I was the steady one, the dependable one, the silent fix. They called the house an investment. They said my name didn't need to be on the deed because we were family. I trusted them because trusting costs less than doubting until it doesn't. The change came quietly. A deed I couldn't view online. A contractor asking why the new owner wanted alterations. My mother avoiding answers with smiles that felt practiced. My sister stopped calling. When you finally pay attention, patterns shout. I didn't challenge them. I rarely do. I observe. I verify. I wait. The evidence showed up in a group text I wasn't meant to read. My sister thanking them for making it official. An attachment followed. A picture of keys resting on a marble countertop. New locks. Fresh paint. My labor rebranded. My name wiped away. My chest tightened then settled. Even heartbreak has a temperature. Mine dropped quickly. That same day I stopped paying. No warning. No scene. I redirected the money into an escrow account and contacted a real estate attorney. Calmly. Precisely. I gathered bank statements, invoices, permits, every receipt connected to that property. 8 years of payments. Major improvements. A trail of paperwork so precise it felt surgical. I discovered the deed had been reassigned without ever informing the mortgage lender. I found out my parents had executed a warranty deed for property they didn't fully possess. I learned the loan remained in my name because the bank approved me, not emotions. Planning felt like breathing again. Step 1. Contact the bank, not in anger but armed with paperwork. Step 2. Submit a notice of equitable interest based on contribution and fraud. Step 3. Wait and let time do its work. 2 days later, the attorney called. His voice frayed at the edges, like someone realizing he'd memorized the wrong lines. We need to talk about a misunderstanding. I let him speak. Silence has a way of pulling confessions out. He outlined the liability, the acceleration clause, the foreclosure risk, the invalid transfer. Then carefully he asked what I wanted. I wanted reality to hit. We met in a glass-walled office that smelled of money and unease. My parents sat rigid. My sister wouldn't meet my gaze. I opened the folder. Receipts spread out like crime scene evidence. Dates. Amounts. My name over and over again. Paid, I said evenly. You signed unlawfully. My mother reached for my hand. I pulled back. My father stared down at the table, as if it had betrayed him too. At last, my sister looked up, confidence still hanging on her lips. You'd really do this to family? I smiled, not big, just enough. You already did it to me. The lawyer cleared his throat. Choices were laid out. None supported the version of events they had convinced themselves was true. The house could be properly retitled, formally acknowledging my ownership. Or the loan could be accelerated, or I could seek repayment for unjust enrichment, quiet paths, loud outcomes. That was when my sister cut in, her voice sharp with panic. You took my place. I met her gaze. No. I reclaimed my own. They signed. Naturally. Fear has a way of persuading. The house was placed into a trust, my name listed as managing trustee. The mortgage continued but on my terms. Rent was established at market value. Late fees were enforced. Limits finally written in ink. Weeks later, I walked through the house by myself. Sunlight spilled across the floors I had refinished. The walls stood firm. Ownership isn't possession. It's responsibility, backed by receipts. I didn't feel victorious. I felt centered. I didn't block their numbers, I simply stopped responding. The lawyer stopped calling. The panic dissolved into compliance. People think revenge makes noise. Doesn't. It's quiet calculation. It's patience honed into resolve. It's understanding when to speak and when to let the document speak for you. I stood in the doorway, keys cool against my palm, and grasped something clear and final. Betrayal doesn't shatter you. It shows you where you were standing all along. I locked the door behind me, and for the first time the silence sounded like peace.